Fair point, dude. Look at that! Look at that Ragnarok. All those Rag heroes right in front of that Baldur. Honestly, if Boat really needed to, he could just freeze an army and save the town center to make sure he did get mythic. He is, dude. He's losing villagers on the gold. Is that worth the frost? Right as soon as you're going Ragnarok, is that worth the frost?
It's absolutely worth. Yeah, he should use there the frost to stop the town center from being built, save his villagers too.
Oh my god!
And will she click it now? There it is.
Ooh. Even so, look at the, oh my god, look at the resources. Mr. Boat has thousands of resources. 170 population compared to Count Von Count, who's on 208. Alrighty, everybody, here we are on Mega Random, game number 1. This is an interesting series here. Rappo was just talking, Rapple's co-casting with me. He was just talking about the playstyles between these two guys, Count Count and Mr. Boat. You know, Rapple, I'll let you explain here in just a second now that we're into the actual game, but just to introduce the gods real quick, we got Mr. Boat playing Odin. That's not a big surprise there. He's probably going to stick with Odin in all of his games. He's in the blue, and we have Count Von Count over here in the red, playing Loki. Again, not a big surprise there. He's been playing a lot of Loki recently, even though I know him to be a Thor player, but he's definitely favoring Loki these days. So, Rapple, first question I want to ask you is, in the debate about which Norse god in Fimbulwinter is best on Mega Random, do you agree with other top players that it's Loki, or?
Obviously, I agree, and I have a good point to say that. In my opinion, Loki is the best god for the Norse mirrors. It wasn't like that before, but people really learned how to play against Odin and Thor as Loki. And I don't know if you remember, but the last Fimbulwinter, I was the one beating Loki almost every game by rushing, but people really adapted to that, and it doesn't work anymore. Mm-hmm. So I would say that was the only Loki's weakness last Fimbulwinter, but now that it's not a weakness anymore, I feel that Loki is the best god now for this tournament.
But how map dependent is that? Because you know, rushing Loki and kind of, you know, you being the aggressor rather than Loki being the aggressor, is that how map dependent is that?
Yeah, but I would say Loki doesn't have a weak map. He's great on all kinds of maps, on water maps and on low hand maps too. Because, you know, Loki will mostly make Dorvish, so he doesn't need that much food to make an army, and he will get army for free. So it doesn't matter if the map is low hand or high hand or it's a water map. Loki will get army for free on any map.
Okay, that's a fair point. Well, having said that, lots of players in you know, picking Loki these days. We've seen a lot of success from Loki on Mega Random, but it's not, you know, it's not impervious. It's not a you know, there's definitely chinks in the armor, so to speak. Anyway, so having said that, we got Count going for SETI style. He's got a defensive temple here. He does have a forward gold mine, which is kind of interesting. I'm not so sure if Boat's going to be able to put some pressure on that, but defensive temple, so definitely for SETI coming his way. Same thing with Mr. Boat. Mr. Boat's got, dude, he's got tons of cows, 11 cows. He's got a good gold mine, you know, really defensive gold mine. He's got plenty of gazelles that are fairly protected around that wood line. I think Mr. Boat has a pretty good map. His secondary gold mines may be a little far, but that one on the bottom, not too shabby at all. You agree?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. He has plenty of food to reach the mythic age. Look at the cow numbers, and I like the position his first gold mine, the wood line, and the chickens are placed. So by placing a hill fort close to the second large gold mine next to his base, he has an easy way to defend both his wood line and his base and the gold at the same time. So if this was me playing right here, this would be totally a defensive Odin style, and win with Ragnarok against the Loki player. But as you can see, the map is pretty open, and something that Mr. Boat should consider is not falling to the trap of attacking. I don't want to see Mr. Boat, you know, leaving his base with his strong axemen and the Herses, who are extremely slow, and get caught out of position. That's how he's gonna lose the game here, if he loses it.
Ooh, so you want the defensive play here. Looking pretty good defensive-wise so far, getting the better, slightly better attack on Count's Herser there. Okay.
Yeah, not that it matters much, because Count von Count can just heal those Herses back, and he got some hits, he got some favor as Loki, and he can get an earlier first spawn in a fight now. So
Yeah,
I would say
that's
that
true.
was that little small fight was a win for Count, I would say.
Oh, dude, speaking of a win for Count, bro, check out that hunt down on that bottom side. From what they scouted already, it looked like it was a fairly low hunt map aside from what they had in their starting base. He just found 3 rhinos, dude. Are you kidding me? That is huge.
That's an amazing spawn over there. Count got lucky there. Because as you can see, boats, rhinoceros are way too far away to go for them. It's not worth to go there.
Yeah, he's got plenty of cows anyway.
Yeah.
Nice little Vil fight there, repelling the Hersier. Not too shabby by Mr. Boat. Just playing the defense, man. Playing the defense. After his games against Scotty, did you see those by chance? Mr. Boat's games against Scotty?
Oh, I don't think I did.
He had
What
just
happened?
dude, it was just one disaster after the next. He had, you know, he was unlucky with his map generations. He just, I don't know, it was just one bad thing after another. Anyways, he got smoked pretty quickly against Loki. But I was gonna say, after that series, he should be used to playing defense. So he should.
All right.
Things are going just fine so far, man. Well, one longhouse. That's a little light in the longhouse numbers, but he's just playing defense, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I like the way he's setting up his base. The woodland is completely walled off and in a nice choke point way. And in the retreat, also Mr. Boat can place his Herses and his throwing axemen in a way he's protecting the throwing axemen. So it's gonna be a little bit tough for Count von Count to get some damage done, because that's what you should do as Loki. You need to get damage done to your opponent, so you're weakening the Ragnarok, and you know that's kinda your winning condition over there. Nice house snipe there, getting some favor and being annoying.
Still, he's not. Count von Count isn't really able to find damage here. You know, since Boat has a pretty compact base, it's going to be hard for him to get some like legitimate damage done. I think all Count von Count needs to do, especially since he has the really good rhinos, probably just, you know, get a little bit of favor generation here and there with this Hersier. Maybe one villager pick if he's really lucky, but essentially he just wants to keep Mr. Boat in his base and then get heroic and probably get try to get a nice flaming weapons attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though in my opinion some damage has already been done because Mr. Boat is on the chickens, while Count von Count is freely still hunting the rhinoceros, so that's already a win for him.
True. And I didn't see Mr. Boat's rhinos earlier, but I see him now. 4 of them way up on this top side. And I completely agree. These are way too far away to actually go for them.
Yeah, and even if you go for them, like, you can't even defend them at all, because okay, you send your units there to defend, then Loki doesn't give a fuck. Loki will attack you in your own base, in your woodlands, your gold and the chickens, you know that, so you can't defend it. Like, it would be worth if you could like wall off that position, but it's impossible to wall the entire map to get there, and you would have to split your army, and then Count von Count could just regroup and attack somewhere else, and then it's over for the Odin.
Exactly. Well, so having said that, you mentioned you wanted Mr. Boat to just stay in his base, but he's deciding to go aggressive and bust into this little rhino spot. Are you a fan? Do you like it? What do you think about this little counterattack here?
I don't think I like it, because now Boat's base is quite exposed. I don't like the fact that Count is not diving into Boat's base. But probably, I would say Mr. Boat went for this move because he probably scouted the armory, so he'd be like okay, I can do damage here because Kanban Count is saving resources. Look at the amount of resources Kanban Count is having right now. That means his army is way smaller, and that gives the opportunity to Mr. Boat to be the aggressor while having some units in the back to defend.
I think he might have gone too deep though, Mr. Rappel. Mr. Rapp. I think he went maybe a little bit too deep. Let's see if he's actually going to try and take a fight here. His army is small, but I mean, like you mentioned, Count Von Count's already gotten a lot of favor generation from his hearse here. So if Mr. Boat actually takes a fight against Count before Count gets to the heroic age, I think there's going to be a lot of Mythina spawns. I think it's going to be really sketchy for Boat. This is a bit of a yellow play in my opinion.
Absolutely. We can see the favor numbers right now. Count Von Count could easily get 2 mid unit spawns if he decides to take a fight right now.
Yeah.
But Mr. Boat is having the counter units.
I guess. He does have more population as well. 85 for Count Von Count compared to 113 for Mr. Boat. And he's even, I mean, this is actually pretty... I think this is working out surprisingly well for Mr. Boat. Count is just trying to go heroic like we were talking about before. So maybe a decent timing for Mr. Boat to actually put some pressure onto Count.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably scouted the armory with the Raven, and what Mr. Boat is doing that I really like, he's making sure that Count Von Count is housed. This way, Count Von Count cannot get any mid unit spawns, and she cannot train any villagers either. And on top of that, Mr. Boat is getting to the heroic age with full population. So I would say Mr. Boat is playing this amazingly right now.
Wow. That's surprising. In fact, when Mr. Boat initially pushed out over to the side of Count Von Count, he temporarily, for a short amount of time, he stopped the gold mining of Count Von Count. Is Count going to be able to get in here? Anyways, he stopped the gold mining of Count Von Count for just a little bit, and I think that actually delayed his heroic advance quite a lot, surprisingly. Count ended up moving his dwarves way up to the top side, and I think it delayed his heroic age quite a bit. It allowed Mr. Boat to get heroic quicker than Count Von Count, actually.
Yeah, for sure. It also forced towers, that little aggression that Mr. Boat did. And it forced a few mistakes, I would say. And on top of that, he's ahead on the villagers too, which is quite nice.
Bro. Dude, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Like, naspokati rapelsanaki. So, Mr. Boat he's very good at doing kind of like 1TC, semi-fast heroic, kind of semi-fast mythic-ish type of gameplay. We saw it really successful when he played against Eric in the Challengers League, Boyd's Challengers League tournament. He does it really well against Aranos on certain maps and whatnot. He's really good at this strategy, and it seems like he's kind of playing this similarly to how he would play against Zeus and Aranos, doing this kind of 1TC play. I know he just is taking a second town center right now. He's feeling very comfortable, but if Boat is able to, like, what I'm thinking here is that Count hasn't really been able to find damage against Mr. Boat, which means Mr. Boat is kind of able to play his game, so to speak. And
absolutely.
I think it's gonna be scary for Count, man. We see the market up. The market is up for Mr. Boat. Dude, if Count isn't careful, if Count isn't careful, man, he's gonna get a big fat rag in his face, kind of like your game against Count, honestly.
Yeah. But now Count Von Count is taking the opportunity to take down the town center, since he sees that Mr. Boat's army is out of position. At the same time, we see a nice raid with those 6 raiding cavalry. And Mr. Boat is going to be surprised if Count Von Count will end up walling off that gold mine. He's not gonna do any damage if Count manages to escape with the Dorvis from the gate.
Oh, dude.
And now Count retreats. He's not going deep on the town center.
I mean, there's enough defense there, I guess, for Mr. Boat. Count decided to retreat. This is a ballsy move, dude, for Mr. Boat to go after that gold mine. That is a ballsy move, especially when his town center's getting hit, his wood line is getting hit. I think it's ballsy, man.
Yes, Count Von Count probably thinks, he knows probably that he has a timer to do damage here, because Mr. Boat is already having his second town center, his economy is nicely set up. And Count Von Count will try his best to do damage right now, as we see a nice raid on the wood line and on the gold at the same time, while we see Count Von Count applying some pressure on the forward town center.
He's not able to take out the TC, but he's getting excellent damage on that gold mine, and then we were just looking at the wood line as well. Although on the other side, Rapple, look at those dwarves! Oh my god! Run with your little legs! Run, little guys!
Poor
I can't believe
Dorvis.
this move! Poor Dwarvies indeed. Dude, this is such a ballsy move by Mr. Boat. Just like we were saying, I felt like it was a ballsy move when he went after the rhinos of Count Von Count, and that wall is super clutch right there. But man, it is forcing Count Von Count to really react, and it seems like Mr. Boat, it's just looking really good for Boat here, man. He's taking some damage by all means. He's taking damage, but man.
And now Mr. Boat is gonna spot those Dorvis. Will he oh, he's not reacting to that. Oh, he just passed next to those 5 Dorvis. He could have killed at least 2 with those 6 throwing axemen.
There they go. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong little spot of red. Anyways, looking at the many spots of red in Mr. Boat's base. What do you think about this dive? This is kind of a crazy dive from Count. I know you're saying he needs to try and find damage. I don't know if this is the best way to do damage, though.
No, it's not. He's gonna lose a battle boar for that dive, and now finally Count Von Count is ahead on the villagers.
He is.
But it's Odin. Odin has a better economy than Loki, and we also see Winter Harvest coming on the way. So Mr. Boat is planning to stay in the heroic age for a while. We're not gonna see any kind of fast Ragnarok here.
Yeah. And I think I agree with it actually, because this, I mean, Count has gotten some harassment, not necessarily really good damage, but he's gotten some nice harassment on Mr. Boat, and I think it's really, I don't think Mr. Boat is planning, like he's not able to get Mythic terribly quickly, so he's just investing a little bit more into the heroic age, better upgrades, like he already has heavy throwing axemen. I would like to see the Huntress Axe upgrade, honestly.
Do not come.
Do not come.
Yeah, he has the resources for that, and he's planning to stay for a while to that age, so why not?
This is turning into a scrappy game, man. Mr. Boat is kind of these little pushes out onto the gold mine. The gold mine pressure on Count Von Count, it's working out fairly well. It's causing Count to kind of, I mean, we saw the huge journey, all those dwarves ran around, running around the map.
Yeah,
it's kind of working, man. It's almost like the idea of you rushing Loki, whereas you know it's often the Loki doing the rushing. It's almost like it's like Mr. Boat's turning the tables on Count Von Count. It's Mr. Boat who is, you know, causing the chaos instead of the Loki player causing the chaos here.
Yeah, which is the harder. It's harder for the low mobility god to play aggressive here.
The Ravens help, but Mr. Boat's doing a decent job at it, man. A decent job. This is just a scrappy game. It's a really crazy scrappy game.
Yeah, and what I have noticed is that Count Von Count is adding villages on gold like a madman, and he probably wants to sell resources. He wants to buy food to make units, because the only farms he has, how many farms does he have? Oh, and she called.
Oh, what?
Look at this, look at this. Ah!
Oh, Raffle, I turned...
That scared me.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it scared me.
Okay, I forgot. Yesterday, let me turn that back off. I forgot I turned off all of the little sound bites because people were abusing them in chat. But apparently when I turned them on, I turned all of them back on. So let me help you out there. There we go. Anyways, what a game from Mr. Boat, dude. Like, he's on a 3rd town center. He's got fortified town centers. He's been handling the aggression and all the chaos and whatnot from Count. Count just wasn't able to find damage. And eventually, Mr. Boat goes and finds damage himself. He hits the rhinos. He hits the gold mine. He hits the gold mine. He hits a gold mine. He hits a gold mine. And ultimately, dude, Count just, I guess Count is just probably feels like there's maybe a Ragnarok coming his way, and he's just not confident in handling that, I guess. What a play by Boat, dude. What a play by Boat.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Boat played that very clean, and it's also something to take notes of. Humbling myself a little bit. It's something for me to take note of.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
No, let's not get there.
Come on, do tell. Dude, actually, speaking of humbling, look at the KD, man. 26 to 50. That's pretty basically 2 to 1. It killed a death ratio right there. What a game for Mr. Boat, man. he just handled the aggression perfect. That's just such a bummer, man, for Count. He just wasn't able to find the damage. He wasn't able to find the damage, and you know, Mr. Boat had so many cows in his base. He was just kind of able to do whatever he wanted. Mr. Count, you know, reacted to all of his aggression. That was just a good game for Mr. Boat, man. Bravo to Boat. Bravo to Boat.
Yeah, it was very well played.
All right, everybody, welcome to game 2. We are on Count Von Count's home map. We have Mr. Boat playing Odin, no surprise there. Here in the blue, and down here on this bottom side, we have Count Von Count playing Thor. So we've seen this several times before. Count, in fact, I think this is Count's go-to home map. It has been for a couple of series. I'm not sure for the entire tournament, but a couple of series. He likes going aggressive on this map. It's really exciting to watch. Anyways, yeah, Thor can get such a sick economy, really nice build order, really sick economy, so following that up with land aggression is really entertaining to watch. It's nice. Rappel is an observer, actually, bystander. Anyways, yeah, so Rappel, I know you have played against Count Von Count with on Midgard in this exact same matchup, actually. You were in the Odin's position. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Count here? Do you think he's going to go aggressive? Do you think he's going to play, you know, maybe go for water? What are you thinking?
Well, I think he could do. He could choose something between both of these because, you know, it's Thor. In my opinion, Thor is better than Odin on Midgard, and you really gotta abuse your Ravens as Odin if you're gonna win this matchup here. And since last time it almost worked out for Count Von Count to be very aggressive to me, I think he might go again for it. But I think, is that a second dog?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He's going for a second dog build, so this will surely be like a face boom, and he could switch into aggression later, but either way, in my opinion, Thor wins here. Either if he plays aggressively or booms with town centers, because Thor has a better economy on water maps than Odin.
Well, so having said that, since he's building his second dock right away, of course, that could just mean he wants to, you know, like you said, go for the fish boom. But that also makes me think that I wonder if he's going to eventually send his Ulsark forward to drop a forward temple. Like I've mentioned, he's played a couple of different ways on this map. Against you, he decided to go heavy onto land and go for the aggression. On, I can't remember who he played. It was another series. We saw him actually go a little bit more reserved. Was it against Soup? Maybe it was against Soup. He played a little bit more reserved, not quite as aggressive, focused a little bit more on water and whatnot. Anyway, so we've seen him play a couple of different ways, and he's dropping his tempo right now. So yeah, I don't think he's going for the all-out aggression like what he tried against you. Looks like he's going for just more eco play, maybe a little bit of water pressure, and, you know, like you said, going for the really sick boom.
Yeah, that works for Thor, yeah.
If he scouted Mr. Boat, however, if you check out Mr. Boat's forward gold mine right there, we could easily see that forest just deleted with a forest fire and a really exposed gold mine. So I know by all means, you know, with your one little Ulfsark, you're not going to scout this necessarily early on. But if he did decide to go for some heavy aggression, it could pay off big time for him, honestly.
Yeah, surely. But the way Mr. Boat is cutting his wood right now, forest fire will probably, you know, it won't continue to the big forest. It depends on how Count Von Count will use forest fire here, because as you can see, he's kind of separating the wood line into two wood lines, and probably the big one is more worth to use the forest fire on. And Mr. Bot actually has only 3 wood lines in this kind of spawn. Count Von Count has 4 wood lines, so this will probably be a little win for Count Von Count, and she can always do raids on the woodlands, because the second one is forward and the other one doesn't have a tower nearby, as you can see.
Indeed. Indeed, raids, yes. In fact, yeah, going a little heavy on, I don't know, I'm wondering what he's going to do here. Do you think it's viable, or do you think it's worthwhile in a Norse war on Midgard? Is it worthwhile to go just heavy water play straight up?
it's absolutely worth it. Just you shouldn't give a shit. Literally, just spam docks and go up to 22 fishing ships. I'm serious. I'm hell serious. You should
Oh
do
no,
that as Norse.
I mean aggression. Like go
Oh,
full
aggression.
longboats, full
I thought
longboats,
you
full
were talking
longboats.
about boom. Yeah, for longboats. No, I don't think I like that. Because you know how slow the longboats are, and it will get I don't know, like 1 or 2 minutes to get to your opponent fishing ships, and
Yeah.
by that time, your opponent will have already a good amount of army to pressure you on land, and land is basically more important than the sea on maps like Anatolia and Midgard.
Fair point. Okay. Well, we got 3 docks for both players. 3 docks already up. Fishing ships for Count Von Count up at 15. Speaking of the forest fire, are we going to see it right here? We do see it, and we do. Count does get it on that larger forest. So good call on that, Rappel. I wonder if he's going to pay much attention to this gold mine and decide to go really heavy on it. Is he dropping longhouses? He is dropping longhouses. We got raiding cavalry following that up. Okay. Interesting. No longhouses so far on land for Mr. Boat. I know he advanced a little bit later to the classical age compared to Count, but still. If his reaction is a little bit slow, Rappel, that could be trouble.
It's quite slow because we don't see any longhouses being built so far. And not only that, but also Count has more fishing ships, and it counts a lot. So, first scene for both of the players, which is nice. Count can also slowly start adding more fishing ships. There are a few spots that are available and throw a few extra docks there. And Mr. Boat is going to be behind in the production. This is exactly what I said a few moments ago, that okay, now Mr. Boat has the numbers on sea. He has like 2 longboats from the right side and 1 more potential on the left side, but if Count Von Count gets damage out of attacking the wood lines, this is gonna be tough, and you prefer killing the villagers over trying to destroy the fishing ships, because you can just garrison the fishing ships to your docks, and your docks will shoot on top of that. So that's what I was saying, that it's more important to do damage on land.
Although I guess ideally you do damage on both, and it looks like Count Von Count is doing that. He's forcing idle time on the ships, he's forcing the reaction on water from Mr. Boat, and he already has the raiding cavalry on the woodline. He just got a vote pick right there, actually.
That's the economy of Thor.
Hell yeah, baby. Okay, we do have we have longhouses up for Mr. Boat near the gold mine. He's going for an Ulsark spam, which could be pretty nice. At least as a reaction to all these raiders that Count Von Count has going. Count has a nice little population advantage, nice initiative on water and land. So he's looking pretty good right here, but let's see if he can maintain it, honestly.
Yeah, surely. Mr. Boat managed to snipe a fishing ship on the right side, and Count Von Count will go pretty hard on that gold mine. You can see the amount of raiding cavalry he has.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also switching to throwing axemen, probably double throwing axemen, I cannot see the production, to counter the Ulfsarks. So at this point, Count Von Count is going to win every fight until Mr. Boat has the Lone Wanderer to, start dodging kinda the throwing axemen and doing this kind of micro, the hit and run micro.
He's going, by the way, he's going 1 longhouse raiding cavalry, 1 longhouse throwing axeman, and the next one is both RC and TA. So he's going basically like 1.5, 1.5 out of each.
Yeah. That's good.
Mr. Boat is housed, man. We've seen him, especially against Scotty. He has had some problems getting housed. Stuck at 95. Now he just bumped up to 105. I mean, dude, at this point in time, both players have gotten a little bit of damage on sea. Nothing too crazy. I'd say it's fairly equal-ish on sea at this point in time. But by all means, Count is looking better in land. And now we see some throwing axemen starting to pop out for Mr. Boat as well. Interesting. He's got medium infantry coming out in a few minutes. Once that finishes, he got some initial Ulfsarks out. Now he's swapping over to the throwing axemen and raiding cavalry combo.
I don't think I like that here. instead of making wood units on land, what you can do is spend that wood on fishing ships and docks, and that allows you to make even more food units, who are kinda stronger most of the times. Usually the one with the most Valkyries will win the fights now, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter since Carvon Count is edging up through Skadi, and she's also stealing a town center there.
This is interesting. I wonder if he kind of, you know, we saw him do this against you, take that town center. Soup and I thought that was maybe a mistake, but he kind of delayed that TC grab and is playing a little bit more reserved with the raiding cavalry instead of the full rush. So I really like the position of Count by Count right now, man. I really like his position. You think it just comes down to eco difference, the Thor eco?
Yeah, it's the eco difference. Thor has a way better economy on this map, and even though we have to admit that Mr. Boat didn't spend his resources as well as Count did.
Sure. Agreed. Having said that, I want to check eco upgrades real quick. Only pickaxe for Mr. Boat. How about Count on Count? Pickaxe, hand axe, so not a huge difference there. The numbers aren't all that different. 14 to 17 fishing ships, 30 to 36, 37 villagers. It's not that big of a difference, but you know, the dwarves are just that much better for Thor. Plus he does have one additional upgrade, so it's enough evidently, man. It's enough. He's way ahead in heroic. Second town center, and he's way ahead in heroic, man.
Absolutely. And now it's time for Mr. Boat to do some damage over there, otherwise he will get hard outboomed by the second earlier town center of Thor. And we should also see Sultan 4 on the way, probably Count will grab that soon. And at the same time, Mr. Boat is trying his best to get to the heroic age, getting copper weapons, but you're not gonna outmatch Thor on armory upgrades.
So what is, I mean, you tell me, you know, I'm sure you've been in this, maybe you haven't been in this position all that much as the Odin player, but what does Boat do here? I mean, he's got a second town center himself. He seems to be 1 or 2 steps behind Count von Count. He's behind on the heroic timing. He's behind on the second town center. He just seems to be a little bit behind. He needs to shake things up a little bit in order to, you know, in order to try and get himself into a more equal position. What do you think he could do?
What I think he could do? Send a few Wolf Sharks and grab that third town center there. I think he's actually doing that. He's sending 4 units, Count's second town center. That's nice. And he needs to do raids to come back into the game. Otherwise, Count von Count will get soon to the Ragnarok, and this will be the game over.
Yeah.
You should like be really chaotic and not take straight fights with the Wolf Sharks, because Wolf Sharks are good for raiding, not for taking fights.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I like this bit of having said that, though, Rap. Ooh.
Huge frost.
Mr. Boat can frost as well if he wants to, though.
Yeah, but he's not gonna freeze any villagers, so I would say that's a huge win for Count over here.
True. Bro, that's 18 villagers. That's 18 villagers on that gold mine that are just 100% idle right now. Are you kidding me? So he has taken that town center. Count von Count is also getting a TC, so both these guys are going to be on 3 TCs at this point in time, but we've been talking about the better economy of Thor for so long. When, you know, when all of your gold is not working, yeah, it's easy to have a better, or for your enemy to have the better economy. Dude, this is catastrophic, honestly, for Mr. Boat. That's a good point. The fact that he's got all of that gold just completely idle right now, this is huge for Count.
Yes, it's huge, and on top of that, Count von Count is getting to the Mythic Age, and Mr. Boat is nowhere close to the Mythic Age. And once we see the age up, I'm pretty sure Mr. Boat is going to resign.
Now. Hold your horses. A, Mr. Boat is a fighter. B, he still has Frost. He still has Frost, and he's going to be on 3 town centers himself. And he already has, like, heavy throwing axemen, a couple of armory upgrades. I say he should fight it, man. I think I agree with you. Like, sure, Count is ahead. Sure, you know, he's getting heavy infantry right now. Baldur's going to be coming in. He even has a couple of trade caravans as well for, you know, for a nice little eco. Anyways, I think Mr. Boat can fight it, man. If he deletes his longboats, once he sees Baldur, if he deletes his longboats and just goes full throwing axemen and defense, maybe with Scotty, he can, you know, try and take a good fight and survive for a little bit. He's gonna obviously lose his forward town center, probably maybe even go down to 1 town center. I think he can fight it, man. I think it's worthwhile trying to fight it.
I don't know. The score is pretty equal, and Calvin Count is having a way better economy. He's also making a few traders in the back. But still, you never know. Norse players tend to really throw games sometimes, so...
There we go. There's the Ragnarok, man. And look at all the resources that Mr. Boat has. Mr. Boat just clicks up, dude. He just clicks up. He's on...
Oh.
He just clicked up, dude, in his main town center. Oh my god. Is Count actually going to go and take that out? Okay.
Let's see if he will do that on time.
I mean, the problem is that, like I said before, Mr. Boat is going to lose that town center, that the forward town center, probably going to lose that other forward town center as well. So if he can, I guess, just maybe delay until he himself gets heroic, or sorry, mythic, maybe he can fight this straight up, dude. I don't know.
Who knows, but once you see your opponent clicking Ragnarok, it's time for you to delete all of your myth units. Just, you have those Valkyries, you have the Frost Giants, just delete them. It's just a waste of population, and they're gonna lose you the Ragnarok fights. The only situation you keep your myth units is when you have like 1 or 2 Fire Giants and you want them to use the special abilities on the throwing axeman.
Yeah. What about the longboats? He's got a couple of longboats out. You think you should keep those or delete them for population?
He should delete all of them except like 1 or 2, so he makes sure that Count doesn't gather any fish.
Fair point, dude. Look at that Ragnarok, all those Rag heroes right in front of that Baldur. Honestly, if Boat really needed to, he could just freeze an army and save the town center to make sure he did get mythic. Dude, he's losing villagers on the gold. Is that worth the frost? Right as soon as you're going Ragnarok, is that worth the frost?
It's absolutely worth, yeah. He should use there the frost to stop the town center from being built, save his villagers too.
Oh my god.
And will she click it now? There it is.
Ooh. Even so, look at oh my god, look at the resources. Mr. Boat has thousands of resources. 170 population compared to Count von Count, who's on 208. Oh, wow. Bro, he's got to use the frost sooner rather than later, right? Come on, man.
Well, she will probably wait for Count von Count army to be regrouped. He's actually using it now, okay.
That's a big army right there, dude. That is a really big army. I think that's how I probably would have used it myself. Be equal on the numbers, man. Pretty equal on the population numbers. 120, 130 compared to 140. Count probably going to lose a handful of units here from the frost, but still. The big difference, though, Rappel, is that Count is on 4 town centers. He's on 4 TCs, whereas Mr. Boat is taking his 2nd town center, so... Assuming the Ragnarok is not going to be the, end of the game completely, Count von Count is going to be able to recover from this a whole lot better than Mr. Boat.
Yeah, surely having the more town centers and also those 9 ox caravans, he will make sure his economy will be back soon.
Exactly. Having said that, Mr. Boat does have like 4,000 resources roughly in the bank, so he has a lot to work with, but still.
Yeah, surely, but we also see the champion throwing axemen there. He can play some hit and run against the heroes of Ragnarok. But now Mr. Boat is ahead on the score, actually.
He is. So, yeah, I think it's just because of his resources, dude. I think, like I said, he still has, 3,600 resources in the bank. I think it's just because of res. Count von Count is under his pop limit, so he's just, spamming eco to recover. I mean, for now, Boat has a score lead, but I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to last, man.
You know what I would do if I was in Mr. Boat's position right here? I would totally just upgrade Sons of Sleipnir, get the Rending Cavalry out with all these resources, and start trading everywhere. Like, kill all of those ox caravans, snipe villages here and there, and then I would focus on taking down town centers, because look at the economy he has, it's crazy. He can easily go for the Rending Cavalry, and I don't like the fact he's building Ulfsarks and throwing axemen, because both of them get countered by the champion axeman. What's up?
He's actually well, when you said he's making Ulfs and throwing axemen, I think those were just left over that he already had queued up. He's actually not producing anything out of it. He only has 2 longhouses. That's not enough production. I completely agree with the raiding cavalry and the Sons of Sleipnir upgrade. I completely agree with that, but the big problem is that he only has 2 longhouses, which are producing Olsarks. Anyways, yeah, he just doesn't have enough production buildings, dude.
The worst possible unit he could make, and he's making that out of 2 longhouses.
Yeah, they do build fast, so there is that.
Well, they also die fast.
Yeah. Dude, not only are these Throwing Axemen champion, they also have a couple of armor upgrades, plus Huntress Axeman. Super sick for count on count.
Dude,
really good.
Are you kidding me? Krugni Odin Spear is in... That relic is in the middle of the map and they haven't picked that up? Are you kidding me? Are these guys for real?
Mr. Boat is making Olsarks. You'd think he would pay attention to the relics. Oh my god.
So, as we said, he's making the worst unit possible at this point, and he's not even grabbing the relic for those units, so...
Oh man, dude, oh man. Oh man. Okay, so I didn't really look on this left-hand side. Count did drop a couple of dogs during the Ragnarok to try and mess with the fishy go of Mr. Boat. I like the idea, Boat having to go clean those up. But that does leave his right side TC exposed, man. There's a fire giant there. That thing could, that army could probably just take out that TC. Or not, or not.
Well, since Mr. Boat is not having any villagers at all, that means all of his population is on army, so he has a way stronger army right now. And Count von Count has plenty of population on the economy, which means he has a weaker army right here. But
yeah.
Actually now I can say his army, it's not that weak. Okay, 2 fire giants, 20 throwing axemen. They're champion, they can take care of the heroes of Ragnarok, but he has to protect those ox caravans.
Well, yeah, but I mean the problem though, Rappel, is that this army of Mr. Boat, sure, currently we could maybe say it's at least comparable or maybe a little bit stronger compared to Count's. I think Count's is a little better. I don't know, it's hard to say with the fire giants. Anyways, the problem is that Mr. Boat cannot replace his army, whereas Count can. That's the big difference though. The resources for Mr. Boat, he had 4,000, now he's got no food, no gold left over, dude.
Well, imagine if all of these resources were spent on raiding cavalry with Sons of Sleipnir. Oh, imagine, just imagine.
Oh, I know. Dude, he could be raiding all those caravans, the gold mine, wood lines. That would be amazing.
And not only,
man.
yeah, he would also take a good care of all of this enemy throwing axemen. They just like 3-shot a throwing axemen with that upgrade.
Oh, fire giants do a good job against throwing axemen as well. Oh, mama! Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, mama. That was a good fight. Holy smokes, that was a really good fight for Mr. Boat there in the middle.
Huge kills over there.
Dude, this game, do you remember playing against Mr. Boat? That game #1 on Mega Random? Do you remember that game?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
this is turning into a repeat of that game. I'm not even joking.
You're not even joking, yeah. But now the heroes of Ragnarok, they're attacking those fire giants. They already killed one. Let's see if they're gonna be able to kill the second one. Count von Count is having a better economy population, but it hasn't paid off yet, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually could say maybe Count von Count should stop making villagers. He has 17 fishing ships, 18 trade caravans, and 51 villagers. I think he should maybe stop. He is getting fortified TCs right now, so that'll open up his population space for more army. I think he has enough, he probably has enough economy at this point in time. He probably needs to start making, military units in order to take good trades. Otherwise, I mean, by all means, Mr. Boat might be able to stay in this game, dude. Mr. Boat's actually right behind him on economy, man.
Yeah, surely. With a ton of wood in the bank, probably the market sales are awful, because we can see Count von Count is trading wood right now and he's not getting much gold in return. So they probably both of them used the market enough. And now we see the Desperate Farms, it's a water map, there's Hunt in the sides and Count von Count is placing farms. He really needs some food.
Well, dude, I am surprised how this game has progressed. Somehow Mr. Boat is back onto 3 town centers. His economy numbers are not too far away from Count von Count, but But even so, you know, he's not floating any resources. He can, you know, he's not able to stay up at his pop cap by all means. So, I mean, this should be much better for Count, but Count lost a lot of fire giants. You know, Mr. Boat did a decent amount of damage with his army, and he actually has the better looking army right now. Dude, are you kidding me? He's got 3 fire giants and good human units. He's gonna cause problems for Count unless Count gets an army immediately.
Yeah, for sure. And he's going to sport the trade route, trying to attack the town center. The town center is also a little bit damaged, so it won't be too hard to destroy it with the fire giants. And indeed, at this point, it's kind of like the classical age fights, where the one with the most fire giants will most likely win the fights. And I would say it's pretty huge that... Oh, is that a trade? Oh, yeah.
Look at all those caravans walking right into 4 fire giants. Oh my god.
These caravans are toasted, and I'm not even joking.
Yes. Neither of... Ooh, nice fire. Speaking of the fire giants, man, that guy's toast himself. The town center picked him off, but 3 other fire giants are very healthy right there.
Yeah, there's also a side build from Count with a hill fort. He will start making those ballistas to try and siege down the town center. There's also this awful wood line that can be a pain in the ass for Mr. Boat.
Which one?
On
I guess
the left
both
side?
of them. Left side and right side, actually, potentially.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. But anyways, Count once again switching his trade. You can see he built another market, trying to save his caravans. And at the same time, Mr. Boat is also trying to make caravans, and we must have missed that, but Mr. Boat lost his water economy to those Drakars.
Yeah. It's been slow, but, you know, slowly Count has been picking off fishing ship one after another. It's been a slow decline, but yeah, that makes a big difference, man. Up on Count has 17 fishing ships that are still working. His food eco starting to look good now, and Mr. Boat's down to 3 fishing ships, dude. No bueno.
No bueno. Let's see if he will try to build a town center. He trades some gold for food. That's nice. He got the resources for it. And do they have counter attacks? Okay, Count does.
Count does, yeah.
Mr. Boat, okay. I guess he preferred the fire giant over that upgrade. But anyways, both town centers are down. They look dead equal right now, except that Count is having a better economy. Finally, his economy is paying off.
Yeah. Indeed, but he's down on population again, man. He's down on population. Only 2 town centers for Count von Count. He's got that sick back build. I don't know if you caught that one. He's got a really nice looking back build behind Mr. Boat, but Mr. Boat's soon gonna be on 4 town centers. Maybe, presumably. I mean, by all means, Mr. Boat doesn't have fortified town centers, so he barely has a little population advantage right now. Count von Count needs to make sure he gets some serious damage going on this backside. Otherwise, if Mr. Boat is able to hold on to the TCs, it's going to be bad news for Count.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also see that side build there. Count von Count is playing out of his mind, trying to do damage. And this is an awful trade route, not gonna lie. What is this distance? 9 caravans? How much gold is he getting?
Nothing. He's getting nothing.
Oh. Is that a bug? Is he for real not getting anything?
He's not getting anything. It's not long enough to even get anything. I thought he would at least get like... I know.
Okay, we finally see the Red Cavalry switch, but he got the Thunder and Hoovis, but I would have much preferred to see the Sons of Sleipnir, honestly.
Sure, yeah. Count has the favor and the food to get it. He could get it if he wanted to. Both would be sick.
Pretty sick. Count with plenty of wood in the bank. I wonder if it's gonna be spent on side builds. But at the same time, I wouldn't like to see them trading wood right now. I'm pretty sure the market sales are extremely bad because it's 27 minutes into the game. This is actually close to be at late game. I enjoy to see that.
Hell yeah! Woo! I love Norse late game, dude. It's so much fun. Hey, here's what I'm thinking, Rabble. Here's what I'm thinking. So, Mr. Boat has 4 fire giants over on the left-hand side. He still has not been able to finish that left side TC, but he has 4 fire giants, man. Okay, sure. That's nice, but he needs to use them. He's been using them to kind of defend that town center right now. But he's losing his right side forward TC, the one, you know, Count's going to be back up onto 3 TCs probably here in just a few minutes. The back side build, back build, whatever we want to call it. Like, Mr. Boat is still looking pretty decent in this game, but the long term is where he's going to have a problem. You know, Count von Count has built up, and it's not like it's that much better, but he already has fortified town centers. He's got this really nice back build going. He's already, you know, swapping over into heavy raiders, like we said before. He already has a trade route that's better. It seems like Count von Count is better set up for late game rather than Mr. Boat. I guess that's my point.
Yeah, and what I like is the fact that Mr. Boat is using the Fire Giants to take down all of the side builds. But this is Count von Count style, like, you're taking care of one of his side builds, he doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna side build you on a different position and you're gonna be sad about it. Yeah, we can see, as I just said that, we can see already that Count von Count is dropping another Hillfort on the left side to once again siege down the town center.
Exactly.
He's a madman.
Oh, I'm so tilted.
Chill out, dude.
Just imagine, or you know, just ask if you need to know or need validation on, you know, how annoying Count von Count side builds are. Just ask. Let's see, the Greek team. Who was in the Greek team? Matreus, Ulysses. Who else was it? Matreus, Ulysses, Scotty, Nullas. Thinking back to the Pantheon playoffs. Count side builds were brutal in that tourney, man. Anyways, yeah, so this game is kind of, I mean, we're equal on TC numbers, but still Mr. Boat without the fortified town center upgrade. So he's down on population. The trade route is, you know, garbage compared to Count von Count's. Count is just going to slowly take over this game, man. Mr. Boat needs to do something, otherwise Count is just going to overtake him. Eventually. It's taken time, but he'll eventually get it, it looks like.
Also, Mr. Boat has been taking fights out of non-upgraded town centers. That means he's been taking fights with less population than Count von Count. He really needs to upgrade the fortified town centers and take serious fights.
And take serious fights. You don't think these are serious just yet? I think they're dead serious.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
I'm gonna come.
He even upgraded the siege ships. I wonder what he wants to use them for. Any potential markets? Not sure.
Well, I think Mr. Count. I think Count maybe thought that he could reach the left side town center with siege boats. It's a little bit too far away, but I think he was, you know, gonna try to go for the left side town center. He's going for the left side town center right now with okay, upgraded rams. That thing's going down easily, man. Very nice for Mr. Boat. Finally, we've seen a lot of hill forts go up for Count all around the map, but no rams until just now, and boom, town center goes down for Mr. Boat.
Yeah, that was a huge ram raid over there. She could even use those rams to take down the temple and the houses, and you know what a pain it is as Norse to rebuild your houses once they're taken down.
Oh yeah. I think this is the sign. The fact that Mr. Boat is currently not really, I mean, he's got those fire giants coming over to help play defense, but still, man, he's just slowly losing ground. He's slowly losing ground. Count von Count is slowly just expanding and overtaking Boat, man.
Dude, look at these fire giants, how fast they take down those rams. Like, this is so unfair. Why are they as strong against siege towers, for example, upgraded siege towers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad.
Dude, even you know, I don't know if you've heard me ever say ooh. You've probably heard me say ooh, but no, it seems like there's so many little details about this game where Norse gets screwed over, like the Cyclops and Minotaur. The special attack actually works.
You're my hero.
On the villagers, so Norse even gets screwed by Norse. The fire giants are good against Norse siege, but not as good against other siege. Is that's what it sounds like you're saying? So Norse screws itself essentially.
Norse is weak and it needs buff, in my opinion.
Hell yes, dude. Hell yes. It takes an all Norse tourney to get a Norse tourney win, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Even though I'm so curious as to why Boat has such a score lead over Count von Count. It doesn't quite make sense to me. It looks like Count is just taking over this game, dude. But he's behind.
Yeah. we can see the resources that Mr. Boat is floating right here, and
Ah,
at least we finally saw the 45 town centers, so he at least gets some population to take fights. And those 3 fire giants should be more than enough for Mr. Boat to take back his town center. And from there, I think if Mr. Boat stabilizes, he's going to win the game here. He's also getting Dwarven Ogre for his rams. This will turn into a ram rush, probably.
sick.
But also, Cannon Count has a better trade route. He has 41 caravans. Okay, it's time
Exactly.
to stop them. Otherwise, he's gonna end up like Kimo with 60 caravans, and you don't wanna do that as much.
Well, so I mean, speaking of that, Rappel, so Mr. Boat has been mining gold this whole time. Like he had that garbage trade route that we looked at earlier. I don't even think, does he still have a couple trade caravans? He still has some trade caravans that are working. They're probably only getting like 20 gold or something like that. As soon as this, if you look at where all the hill forts are for Mr. Boat on the right hand side, he's lost so many villagers on that gold mine that kills his gold eco. Sure, he has 3,000 gold in the bank, but that's, you know, that disappears very quickly when you're spamming, you know, upgrades, fire giants, etc. If Mr. Boat doesn't get a trade route established very, very quickly, there's just no way he can stay in this game, man. I know he's hanging in there, bro. He's a fighter. Mr. Boat's a fighter by all means. So does Count, you know, for crying out loud.
Surely,
still.
but at least he has enough resources to rebuild his villagers.
Yeah.
So Canmore Count is having a timer here to win this game. And Mr. Boat is dropping population. Meanwhile, Canmore Count is at 2 population. And probably that town center will go down.
Throw a life vest, Mr. Boat is
Maybe it
sinking.
won't. Maybe
Count
it will
is
not.
taking him into deep waters. The only thing floating about Mr. Boat are his resources. LOL.
Did you hear that, Rappel?
No, what was
Okay.
that?
There's a little text-to-speech that throw a life vest, Mr. Boat is sinking. Mr. Boat is sinking, man. Mr. Boat is sinking, but that does give us a game number 3, Tease, in all fairness. Count's taking him into deep waters. He is, man. Or rather, Mr. Boat is taking Count into deep waters. That's rather what it is, Tease.
Yeah. Okay. I like that he's using a throwing axeman to rebuild that town center back. It's good, because his town center is widely open to any ram raids, so... Once again, he's taking a good care of the side builds, which is nice. And at the same time, we see on the left side, Mr. Boat also taking care of the other side build. He could also use these 2 fire giants to take down the hill forts. But the villager difference, wow, that's huge.
40 to 26, man.
Yeah.
Plus the fishing ship numbers a little bit different. The boom, dude, ram raid, baby, ram raid on that right hand side. And he, even though he was repairing, like you said, repairing the TC with that throwing axeman, ultimately, you know, you can't repair faster than three ball rams, baby.
Yeah. Mr. Boat is quite overwhelmed here. Plenty of wood in the bank, no gold income. Just a few caravans, but and the trade route is quite awful, so looks like even though Count is behind on the score by 1,000 points, he's still pretty close on winning this game.
I think, dude, I'm just surprised that Mr. Boat is still in this. I think Count needs to come up with a better solution for the fire giants. I think the fire giants are absolutely what is keeping Mr. Boat in this game. We barely see any Jarls out for Count on Count, for example. I think a nice Jarl spam would, you know, clean up all these fire giants. The trade route is so bad, only 21 gold per caravan. The trade route is so bad that if you pick off all these fire giants, it's going to be really tough for Mr. Boat to replace them. And I think that's what's keeping him alive, man.
Yeah, surely. As we finally see Iron Mail on the way from Mr. Boat, a pretty important upgrade on Norse Mirrors. But he lost way too many villagers. And he's really behind on fishing ships and on the trades. On the Ox caravans. We also see upgraded walls for some ballista abuse from Carbon Count. And you just wonder here, where is that score coming from for Mr. Boat? Where is it coming from?
I actually have an idea. Like I just mentioned, the fire giants are keeping Mr. Boat alive, right? I wonder if it's the KD. I wonder if the kill-death ratio is just insane for Mr. Boat, actually.
It could be. We have to take a look into the post game. I cannot go there. Maybe you can.
Yeah, don't let me click out, everybody. Oh, Jesus! 327 units lost for Mr. Boat. 327. 436 killed for Mr. Boat. So he definitely, yeah, he definitely has a big, and you know, it's, oh my God, okay. Oh my god. Okay, so the kill to death ratio is definitely part of that score advantage that he's got, man. That's for sure.
Yeah. We also see Dragon Scale Shields Thor for count on count, so I wonder here, does he know that Fire Giant do hack damage? Does he know about that?
I bet he does. He's probably just getting the upgrade, you know, because he has the resources to spend, I suppose.
You know, I also have a question I would like to ask you, Maiden, to see if you know, just in case you know. So, let's pretend that we're Wolf Sharks, or that we're a Norse unit, okay? And we're against another Norse unit, like a Throwing
Yes, we
Axeman.
are.
A Throwing Axeman is attacking me and you.
Yeah.
What would you do to defend the axe coming towards you? Would you use your shield, or would you, like, defend with your abs?
Well, you know me, Rappel. I would defend with my abs because I have an amazing six pack.
Sorry, I thought you would say something different. Yeah,
I would defend with my ass as a. I would defend with my abs naturally because I have a nice cushion, a nice beer belly cushion, and underneath
Yeah.
the beer belly, I got my abs.
Let me continue the question. So I'm asking that because why the hell do Throwing Axemen do hack damage? Maybe beginners do not know that are watching right now, but Throwing Axemen do hack damage. They don't do pierce damage like the archers.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, if an axe was coming towards you, would you use your shield? Or would you be like a badass, okay, I have a strong body, I'm gonna defend with my abs over here?
I would do like Aragorn does when he's fighting against the Uruk-hai guy. I would use my sword and swing, and I would cut it out of the air. That's what I would do. Or if that didn't work, of course, my shield to give you the answer you're looking for. All right. Dude, what? Okay, at this point in time, Mr. Boat is on 3 town centers. He's got good Fire Giant spam. Mr. Count, god damn it. Compound Count has, you know, he's got Balderrams all over the place. He's got side builds and Balderrams all over the place, but he's not able to kill Mr. Boat. Why? How? Is it because of the kill to death ratio? Is it because of the Fire Giants? He's losing a shitload of... Are you looking where these Fire Giants are? They are just smoking all these caravans. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Looks like Mr. Boat is managing quite well to defend the side builds, but there's also a ballista on the left side attacking the town center, and 2 rams came out of nowhere. RKO out of nowhere there. Let's see if the town center will go down.
It's definitely going down. That's his shitty trade route that's going down. Maybe that'll... Wait, he's getting 53 per caravan now. He must have replaced a... Yeah, he put his market a little bit further away. Okay, that's a good trade route. That's a good trade route. Dude, what is happening in this game, man? Is the TC going down? Is the TC going down? Is the TC going down? He has Soul Sorks to repair. He has Soul Sorks to repair. 300, 285 pop, or HP. That thing's going down. He needs to repair immediately. You gotta be kidding me.
Not reacting yet. And Sunday will go down. And
Oh my god.
Mr. Boat is once again behind on the population and on the villager count. I wonder what happened. Is he not rebuilding his villagers?
I don't know, man. I guess. Here, let me look in his town centers. Yeah, no, he's not rebuilding his villagers anywhere. And no fish. He's only got a couple of fishing ships over on that left-hand side, so his economy is just barely hanging on here, man. He's barely hanging on, but he's barely been hanging on for the past 20, 25 minutes. He's still hanging in here, though, man. This is insane.
Yes, it's insane.
How, I mean, Count is, in all sincerity, Count has been playing sick in this game. All throughout this game, Count has been playing sick. But the one drawback, in my opinion, is that he has not focused enough on the Fire Giants. Mr. Boat is just spamming Fire Giant after Fire Giant after Fire Giant, and that's gotta be it, dude. I can't think of anything else. That's gotta be it. The good kill to death ratio,
Yeah,
he's able to pick off side builds.
Absolutely. This is what is keeping him in the game, and he's just defending. The entire game Mr. Boat has been defending. He hasn't really applied any serious pressure, like he hasn't done counter side builds over to count on count, as you can see. Oh, looks like count on count deleted a few caravans, I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, he's down to 32 now. Good eye, good eye. This is, and actually Count is starting to take that left side town center, so he's maybe going to jump back up to 4 to 2 town centers here in just a minute. But this is, you know, I've had this kind of discussion before with, maybe not, it looks like Mr. Boat's going to block the TC. Anyways, yeah, if you, we've touched on this idea a little bit in, you know, while casting this game, Rapple. If your economy is too big, that means, or if you have too many eco units, that means your population, your military population is low. So if you have a smaller military population, your units are going to die faster, and you're going to have to use that economy faster to replace your units. So having more eco numbers is not necessarily the best way to structure your economy, I guess, if you think about it that way. Sometimes, you know, it's better for your economy to just have a larger military, if you get what I'm saying. And I wonder, I wonder if that's kind of what Count is experiencing, because he has no gold right now. And like you just mentioned, he just dropped down roughly 10 caravans.
He's still deleting a few, even though he's quite low on the gold. I'm surprised he's doing that.
Actually, he's starting to, yeah, I think he re-auto-queued his, if you go look at his market on the right side.
Is he serious? He just deleted 3 of them and now he's, oh my god.
He can't make up his mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you, so really good number of Jarls out for Count von Count. So at least over on the left hand side, he's starting to pay more attention to those Jarl numbers. I think he's starting to realize that he needs to do a better job picking off these fire giants. Once he does, he'll probably be able to finish out this game, but yeah.
Yeah, surely.
Dude, over in the chat, people have been saying that Mr. Boat has been, you know, Mr. Boat dead, Mr. Boat dead, Mr. Boat dead. They've been saying that for the last, like, 20-30 minutes, dude. Mr. Boat still ain't dead, brother.
He's not dead at all. Look at his economy. It's quite decent, the amount of resources he has. He finally caught up on the traders. And now he's trying to get back his town center. Let's see if he will be able to kill that ballista. He will. Very nice. And it's like what I was saying. The KD must be so good for Mr. Boat. If he manages to destroy all of these side builds and then be the one attacking and side building, then I think this is where he's gonna start winning the game.
In fact, having said that, I think what could be pretty strong for Mr. Boat, because I think he still needs a lot of his population to defend against these side builds. Count is really good at these side builds, like we've already mentioned. But taking 2-3 Olsarks, something like that, and trying to get like tower up the trade route, something like that, harass the trade route. Maybe, you know, get a Drakkar or a longboat over there attacking the fishing ships, for example. I think he needs to do at least some kind of counter damage. Otherwise, he's never going to make progress. I think that's kind of the big thing here, is that yes, Mr. Boat is alive. Yes, Mr. Boat is back on 3 town centers. Yes, he has the pop advantage, but he's never pushing back. So Count is just going to be able to, do this for the rest of the day if he wants to. Surely.
Count is gonna be doing that until Mr. Boat gets tired and he'll be like, okay, I want another game. I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
Once again, the town center is being sieged down behind that wood line. This is really frustrating to deal with. And we also see the stone walls, as I mentioned earlier. They're quite strong for side building. Prove me wrong.
I'll prove it. Dude, I agree, man. Count needs to... Okay, so here's one way Count can finish off this game. So you mentioned the ballista and the wood line over on that left-hand side, right? On that left TC. Exactly what Count is doing right now. He's trying to get a tower up. So he needs to finish the wall. He needs to finish the wall and get a couple of watchtowers up to secure the ballista right there. And then he can just keep 1-2 ballista back there, and the town center should never go back up if that little triangle spot right there, if that is defended well enough, that town center should not go back up.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I think Count needs to do at this point in time. The standard fire giant ballista push, dude. He's been harassing, side build, harass, side build, but he has never quite got like the standard death ball of fire giant ballista push. Maybe that's what he just needs to do.
Yeah, well, Mr. Boat has no gold income anymore. I think it's over. Look at his population. It's finally over.
That's a good call, actually. Ah, he did it!
Oh, I'm so tilted.
Chill out, dude.
Jesus, what Odin? God, what a game, man. Yeah. Count says we play for the game of the tourney. Seriously. For those of you guys who don't know what Count is talking about, the prize pool for Fimbulwinter, it's broken down into several different categories. There's a cash prize, there's trophies, there's but there's also a little portion of the prize pool is for the game of the tournament, the best game of the tournament. So by all means, this is definitely one of those candidate games. And I will, in my opinion, Rapple, I think this is a candidate game because A, I love late game. Not that I'm the only, decision maker here, but the fact that Mr. Boat was able to stay in this game for so long is amazing. The fact that all of these side builds that Count was doing, I think Count played excellently. Excellently. The fish harassment, the trade harassment, the side build, left, right, all over the place. I think Count played amazing. The only drawback is that he was not countering the fire giants well enough. I think it was a very entertaining game, and it just kind of boils down to that in all sincerity.
Surely it was. And this is a power spike for Thor at the late game against Odin, where Thor will get more armory upgrades. And as we can see, Count took advantage of that, and he was taking better trades by fighting with better units.
Yeah, he's got those mythic upgrades that Thor gets. Eventually, that is true. I wouldn't necessarily call it a power spike, but rather a nice little advantage that Thor has later on, that he has those. In fact, actually, yeah, this is a pretty big advantage that Count von Count has, because he has those better armory upgrades, and Odin has the stronger hill fort units. But Mr. Boat, did Mr. Boat even make a single hill fort? I don't even think he made a single hill fort this entire game. Oh, no, he did. The right here around a gold mine, he did. But he never went into like a Jarl spam. He never went into, he never went into those hill fort units, rather. So he wasn't really taking advantage of Odin's benefits, bonuses, whatever. What a game, dude. Now that it's over, can you, have you looked at the post game at all, the military tab? Holy smokes, man. Count's kill to death ratio is just ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we got ourselves 1-1. That's we got a whole nother game to cast here. Rapple, are you ready?
Oh yeah. Hopefully they don't go to late game again, because I'll be too tired to play Yoshi, and I will dodge.
No. Okay, then let's jump into this other game, everybody. Let's jump into the other game.
Let's jump quickly.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to game number 3 of a pretty wild series so far. This one definitely has not disappointed, that's for sure. We have Mr. Boat sticking with Odin, no surprise there, sticking with Odin. This is Mr. Boat's home map pick since he lost game number 2, and it is Ghost Lake. And looking at it real quick, it is a double gold mine Ghost Lake, so Rapple, I hate to say it, but this might not be a quick one. It's 2 starting boars. You never know, though. You never know. 2 starting boars and two gold mines in the base for Mr. Boat. Count von Count. He swaps back over to Loki. Tell me.
Do they have any vetoes left?
Count has a veto. Mr. Boat
He should
vetoed.
use it. Oh,
Tell me.
I think he should use it. Look at the board. It's behind a wood line. It's so stupidly placed. It's gonna cost him some economy over there.
Left-hand side, yeah. Well, we're not entirely sure how far around the... Can you see? Do you see through the fog of war? Oh,
yeah, I can.
Dude, that is awful. Look at that little gap that he has to walk through to go get the boar. That is awful right there. He's scouting it right now. Oof. Dude, it's a minute 32, 33. He's just a couple seconds too late, and he can't veto anymore. So this is the game we got, Rapple.
The boar was already scouted through the tower, but since there was the wood line there, if I was Count, I would just veto that already. Wouldn't even think about it, just veto. Maybe he's happy because of the 1 boar spawn, which is good for Loki. because Odin won't just use the Great Hunt on a single board for 300 extra food, right?
Yeah.
So that probably kept him from using his veto right now.
Well, plus he found he went forward to this group of caribou. I mean, this is what 3, 4, 5, 6, is that what 10 caribou, 1,500 food roughly right there. That's really sick, man. It is a bummer that, you know, the boar is behind that tree line. That's super awkward. Bro, imagine a raid on that boar. If he has a bunch of hunters on that boar, imagine a forest fire in there. Oh, mama, that's gonna be so sick. Okay, I hope that happens. I'm sorry, Count, but that would just be too amazing. I hope that actually happens. Anyways, he does have a really sick hunt patch forward, so yeah, I think he's okay to keep going, man. I think he's okay.
Yeah, anyways, and Mr. Boat is saving his second board. Wait. I'm confused.
What?
Yeah, he's actually saving his second board over there. I don't know if you can see, it's next to the temple. And he's gonna try to hit the hunt outside his base, so he can be safe at home later on. And I would have liked to see second Ulfsark play, maybe from the Odin, to get the goats.
Well,
but it doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look like a map with many goats, but maybe because Count grabbed them already, not sure.
Well, I mean, it's 8 goats. Is that 8? Yeah, 8 goats for Count 1 Count and 12 for Odin, or for Mr. Boat. I'm not sure if has he used his Great Hunt just yet? He has. Did he maybe Great Hunt his goats possibly? I'm not sure.
He used it on the board and on his starting goats.
Okay. Well, anyways,
yeah, as you can see, there is another board on the left side, near his gold mine. Can you see that?
Let me reveal the map real quick. I didn't see that. It's not scouted. He actually has not scouted that yet. That's just barely in the fog of war for Mr. Boat. He doesn't see that, dude. Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's some nice safe food over there. Could be enough at least to get to the heroic age. And if you want me to give you my advice, once you get to the heroic age, you honestly start making Dorvis on the second gold mine, because there are 2 gold mines in the base. And this way you can even get to the mythic age without spending any food at all, which is amazing. It's fantastic.
Fantasticos.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of that, Count finds a weak HP villager right there on the food. Gets a nice hit on it. Boom, just like that, he pushes Mr. Boat off of the hunt. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? He was Mr. Boat was able to take like 5 or 6 caribou on that front hunt patch. Dude, this is a nice, by all means, it was good for Mr. Boat. You tell me, do you think that was a good decision to go forward for the hunt when he did?
No, I don't think I like that.
I'm gonna come.
Because he had he had 10 safe caribous on the left side, which would be less walking time, and not only that, but he wouldn't get pushed of that, because it's quite close to his base, and he also delayed his advance by going for the, you know, hunt.
True.
Which is more farther away, so... But anyways, he at least have more safe food right now, but I don't think it played a huge role over there. I would have gone for the safe food.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that's a good point. Plus, he still doesn't know about that boar in the back. Well, okay. I mean, we saw in game number 1, you know, Mr. Boat was able to play pretty dadgum good defense against Count. Count wasn't really able to find a lot of, you know, much damage in that first game. This one is going to be very different, however. You know, already, the way the game is shaping up already, he's already done just a teeny bit of damage on those villagers. For example, getting a couple of house picks for, you know, some nice favor generation, Hall of Thanes incoming. This game is shaping up to be very different, but, you know, we've seen Boat play good defense, so he's definitely going to have to bust that out as well. Dude, he's only got 1 longhouse and the 1 temple producing. I don't think that's enough, dude. I don't think that's enough. For Mr. Boat, that is, for Mr. Boat.
Do not come.
He also spend the resources from the tower, so he's behind here. He shouldn't be taking any fights. And once again, he's getting pushed off Count. This is quite huge for Count on Count. He's already getting the damage he needs to do as Loki. And not only that, but Count is ahead by 3 villagers. This is insane.
Wow, and there hasn't been a single villager kill, correct? Not from what I've seen.
There's just idle town center, because... Yeah, and an air heal spawn. Also killing the hunt. Good abuse over there. This is some good abuse.
Very good. Alright, do you think he's gonna try and engage in a fight with that Einherjar there?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Well, it looks like he's gonna use it to idle the woodland, use the special attack, and idle all 5 villages, which could be nice.
Maybe some gold dwarvies as well, if he went over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not, or he's just gonna die. That works too. That works too.
Not a wise decision, but a decision nonetheless. Second low house being built. At the same time, we see Count attacking that house. He's getting some nice favor over there. And Mr. Boat is getting overwhelmed, splitting his units, trying to defend at his best. And what was that? Was that a forest fire? What was... Did you hear the sound?
Yeah, I heard the sound. It must have
was
been...
Spy. It was the spy.
No, it was a
No?
healing spring. It was a healing spring.
A healing spring, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he used spy back when he initially kicked Boat off of the hunt. Yeah, so it was a healing spring. A healing spring on the second town center. Tell me about that. What the hell? 2 TC play from Loki at 7.5 minutes? What's that all about?
Well, Count is taking notes from me. I said that in the sales we played that this is what he should have done when I was like turtling in my base. And Mr. Bot has to use this opportunity to attack, but he's really late right now. He's gonna be behind on the economy. So nicely, Count is outbooming the Odin player here in a point where Ragnarok will not be strong. So I would say that's nicely played from him.
Well, I mean, plus, he's not just the second town center, but also Count, since he has established, not map control, but, you know, the map initiative, the aggression, whatever, forcing Boat to go defensive. That means he's also hunting that second hunt patch, which is amazing. There's so much food there, so Mr. Boat kicks off of his second hunt patch. Okay, just kidding. It looks like... Okay, never mind. Looks like he's not going to take the hunt patch, but he was there. He was almost there.
And we see way too many hearses for the Odin player there. They're not as useful as Odin, and...
You think 8 is too many?
I think... it highly depends.
Oh boy, Rappel. Oh boy!
Oh, really, boy? Okay.
Oh, dude! This is...
Then we see Forest Fire. To save the village, at some point, I thought that Count used that Forest Fire, but then I was like, oh, silly me, he's playing Loki. He can't do that.
Hey man, we've seen Shelty go get a Heimdall rush with Fursetti, so you never know what's possible with Loki.
Oh, nice.
What series was that? It was Shelty against Redo, man. He goes up to Fursetti and he spawns so many dadgum Einhriar. He ends up doing a Heimdall rush. It was amazing. That's a big forest to burn, by the way. That's a lot of wood, dude. That is a lot of wood. I think it was probably a good decision because he saves those villagers and forces Count to retreat. But man, that's a big forest to lose.
Surely it is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the previous game that went on for 50 minutes. Thinking about late game already.
Yeah. And now Count is taking this around. He has the numbers to fight. He's also getting the mid unit spawns. Let's see if an end here will spawn. That will be devastating.
Good lord. Valkyrie troll.
Not too bad. Can always tank at least the throwing axeman, but it's getting focused fire from the verses. But the population is way different at this point, and turns out Count will win this fight pretty hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. Both those trolls, if he can micro those trolls onto the throwing axeman, that'd be so sick, man. Okay, he's gonna back off a little bit, but still. Yeah, that was a really good surround there for Count von Count. Really good surround.
Plenty of gold in the bank for the Odin player, quite useless, because you can only use it on Dorvis, and Odin Dorvis, they're quite noob, I would say. And we also see the hammer troll for Count, he's researching that. Maybe he wants to go for the troll play. And he has 6 trolls already. Is he trolling us? Oh my god.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny, dude. That was perfect.
It was one of the worst jokes I have ever said, but...
I know, but it was so perfect with Hammer Troll and then the 6 trolls. I don't know, it just got me, dude. It just got me.
I didn't expect to see two other trolls coming, so I'm like, what the hell?
I agree, dude, I agree. But they're Voobly trolls, man. They're Voobly trolls. They don't hit, or sorry, they don't miss anything.
Strong. Yeah, they don't miss. I think they only miss No, their track rating is up to 6. So if your opponent is playing Freya and has Thunder and Hobbies, that's where the rating cavalry will dodge the trolls. But Valkyries do not dodge the trolls at all.
Definitely not throwing Axemen, man. Definitely not throwing Axemen either. That's what they're, you know, they're so sick at sniping little throwing Axemen. Look at all that 15 throwing Axemen. That's meat grinder material there for six hammer trolls.
Yeah, also third town center there, but Canvar Count is gonna run out of goats. Look at him, he's gonna put like 20 villagers on those berries.
Oof.
Will be quite inefficient macro to do that, but he's so far ahead right now, I don't think it matters at all. He could either get... Oh, he could even get an age up here to the heroic age. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, it's
Trelos. What's up?
Trelos. Can I tell you what else? Dude, I didn't realize this at the time because Mr. Boat hadn't really scouted a lot of his bottom side of the map. Look at his gold situation, dude. He's got those 6 trolls right outside of his starting, that second starting gold mine. But after that, where's his next gold? Since Count Von Count has control of that left side, Count is actually taking the outside gold mine of Mr. Boat. So if Mr. Boat wants to mine gold, first of all, he's getting raided on the woodline, which is nice for Count. But anyways, he's gonna have to go way on the other side of the map, up on that top side, if he wants gold, other than, okay, big fight coming in here, maybe, maybe not. There goes a troll. A couple of trolls. Or not. Or not. Or not.
He's
Did you
gonna
know?
save them.
Grapple, did
But
you know
the-
that when trolls attack, they actually gain a little HP? Not those two, though.
Yeah, I do know that. It's like a worse version of a Wadjet, so it's like a Wadjet wannabe. I would buff that. If I was in the patch team, the 5.0, I would have buffed the troll's ability to, you know, take some hit points back by attacking.
Which do you,
But anyways-
which buff would you prefer? The better track rating or the little hit points return?
I don't see that, literally, I don't see that track rating buff being too useful unless it's a nose mirror. So, no, I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, like, okay, they can't even hit rack camels, that's what I'm talking about, because they have 6.5 speed or something. So, I would say this buff is huge, but in Norse mirrors only. Like, this is what you said before, that how things go in this game kinda screw Norse, even in Norse mirrors, so...
Yeah. Norse gets so screwed in Age of Mythology that it screws itself, man. What the hell?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Although having said that, the track rating is nice to potentially hit rocks. I wonder if that's where the track rating came from, in order to target rocks a little bit better.
Well, they do, but
It still takes a long time to actually kill the rock with the troll.
I think they were able to hit the trolls anyway. Wait, to hit the rocks. Wait, how much speed does the rock have? I don't even know. I have to check the tooltips.
Well, it's not about the rock like actually just straight up escaping, but you know, if there's better track rating, then it's just, you know, it's more likely you're gonna kill the rock.
Well, to do that,
Sorry.
close one. Pretty
No,
close.
no, the trolls! Oh! Okay, hang on a second, Rapple. Hang on a second. And enough about stupid track ratings. Hang on a second. Mr. Boat is up to 2 town centers. He just took what looks like to be a pretty good fight, and he himself is getting heavy infantry for those throwing axemen, which is going to be sick. Plus, he's up Muscati as well. So Count Von Count waited so long to get heroic. Now a Frost can potentially counter a flaming weapons attack from Loki. By all means, I think Count is way ahead in this game. But Mr. Boat, he's kind of hanging in there, man. Same old story, man. This is a continuation of game number 2, dude.
Yeah, but Count way more villagers here, and maybe Mr. Bot will try to all in with a Ragnarok, but
Yeah.
I don't think it will be enough with 50 villagers only.
Yeah, I know. I agree. 50 villagers plus, I mean, strong throwing axemen. I don't know. There's some potential here, dude. There's some potential. We saw that. You were with me in last game, man. You were with me in last game. You know, this is what I've been saying from the beginning. You can't really underestimate Mr. Boat. He had a really sketchy showing against Scotty, for example, but dude, Boat is a dangerous player. He's a dangerous player if he's allowed to, do his thing. He's a really dangerous player.
Yeah, he is. He has a nice defense. He could come back actually with Ragnarok if Count von Count keeps making Reading Cavalry, because Reading Cavalry are really bad against the heroes of Ragnarok. They're only good later on with Sons of Sleipnir to attack the throwing axemen. And also Count von Count also making myth units, so they're also bad against Ragnarok. So let's see if Mr. Boy will be able to do a comeback out of that.
Okay. Speaking of myth units, though, so at 30% up through Baldur. We got another minute or so before Baldur actually comes in. Right-hand side, okay, there's a couple of Herster there in the Frost Giant to try and stop these battle boars, but dude, I think that town center's going down. He's going to drop back down to 150 population space. That's a nice little pick, that TC over there. That is a nice pick. I agree on the battle boars, but since Baldur is not yet in, that's a sick little town center snipe right there, man. Very nice.
Yeah, and Count is expecting that. He managed to take down the town center, and on top of that, he's building some walls. He's upgrading carpenters. You know why? He wants to spam those throwing axemen really hard, but he will need a ton of long houses if he wants to outspam the Ragnarok and beat it.
Okay, does he have a lot of production buildings? He has a good, yep, bro, we got hill forts on the front town center. Like you said, the walls coming up. By all means, you know, walls don't do all that much to a Ragnarok, especially when they're unupgraded. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dude, look at all this throwing axemen with a bunch of battle boars and RC. Bro, I like, once Count sees the Ragnarok come in, boom, there it is. Now stop producing, you know, all of those bad units. I say, yeah, okay. I think he was just trying to, you know, spam those battle boars and during raiding cavalry to just try and get as much damage before Ragnarok came in. Now that it's in, you gotta switch over to throwing axemen by all means. But
I don't think this is enough. Yeah, I don't think this is enough either way, because look at Count von Count's population, like 180, and that's around how Mr. Bot's population is right now. So
yeah.
This might be tough. It looks like an all-in with villagers, other than, you know. Anyways, he surely needs to stop producing the myth units from the raiding cavalry. Upgrade the axemen with the heavy infantry nicely. He's doing that.
Yes.
Get copper weapons, get copper mail, and defend your way there. If you hold, you win the game.
I don't know, man. I don't see it happening. Count von Count has masons already. He's got, you know, a couple of really fortified spots, and mainly just, I guess, that forward town center. But I just don't think there's enough for Mr. Boat. He only has copper weapons and copper shields. I just don't think there's enough, man.
Well, we will see now. They still have their god powers, right?
Yeah.
Kenzimafi_ is gonna come.
So what Count could do is kinda trying to defend on many places at the same time against the heroes of Ragnarok, and then use flaming weapons. Because this way, Mr. Boat won't be able to get a good frost out of that.
Yes. Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so Mr. Boat has his Rag Heroes all up on top for the most part, and then his Throwing Axemen on the bottom side. Since he has, like you just said, there's one Frost and one Flaming Weapons. Flaming Weapons impacts every unit around the map, all your human units, right? Whereas Frost is just a very specific spot. So is it a mistake for him to split up his army? Because this essentially means that Frost, you know, Mr. Boat can only Frost one spot, whereas Count can fight up top with Flaming Weapons and on the bottom with Flaming Weapons, and only one of his armies is going to get frosted.
Yeah, this is what I was just talking about. Oh, and he calls it.
There we go, dude. There we go. What a series, man. What a series. Nice. What a nice series, man. What a nice series. Good call, bystander, calling the Mr. Boat taking that first game and then Count following it up with the 2-1. Wow. What do you think, Rapple?
Well, let me just write this to Mr. Boat. He needs to know that. Yeah, what was the question? Yes, sir, okay.
All good, dude, all good. I don't know, I mean, it's what Count von Count currently, I think this puts him, I don't have the bracket pulled up, but this, you know, Count is a really good Norse player, and he got far in Fimbulwinter 3. You know, he maybe lost a couple of series or didn't quite perform quite on point in a couple of these series, but You know, between these two guys, they're really, I don't know if they're going to make it into the top 8, but they're solid Norse players. Is this,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Just what do you think of the series? What do you think of the series in general? I think it was super entertaining, an amazing series. Excellent
Yeah, it
matchup.
was super entertaining. Yeah, I should agree with that. It was really fun to watch, and both of them have nice late game, I would say. So
Yeah,
it was exciting to watch.
man. The moves, I would say Mr. Boat is kind of the, I wouldn't call him necessarily the MVP, but the moves, the balls and the moves that he made in game number 1, I found that impressive. His ability to hold in game number 2 was really good. I think that was more so count on counts. We don't need to talk about game number 2 more, but just the, you know, counts not countering those fire giants hurt him big time. But yeah, that game number 1, I'm particularly impressed with the balls that he had to move out on the other side of the map and go after Count's economy the way he did. I don't know, that just impressed me, man. I think it takes balls to make a move like that.
Yeah,
And he did it
surely.
multiple times.
Yeah, surely. So it's
This
like
was a nice
Count
series.
said he said he's going to lose the first game and he will win the next 2. It's exactly how he said.
Holy smokes, man.
Okay,
Well,
so I have a
yes.
question here. Do you guys do like interviews with Count or Boat and I dodge Yoshi, or you guys do interviews while I'm having a 10-minute break and I play Yoshi?
Oh, dude, you're absolutely playing Yoshi, buddy. You're definitely playing Yoshi. So go get yourself a kafedaki and I'll see you in, you know, your series. I'll see you
I'll
in
get
10
a-
minutes.
I'll get a cappuccino kafedaki and I'll also get my souvlaki and some tzatziki to mix in, and I'm totally gonna be ready to play Yoshi.
And okay, so after all that Greekness, remember, you're gonna have to pick Norse gods, not Greek gods, okay?
Oh, yeah, I should remember. Remind me when I'm back, okay?
After all that Greek food, buddy, yeah, you don't get. Anyways,
All
thanks
right.
for casting with me, Rappel. Thanks for casting me. These
You're
were entertaining
welcome.
games, man.
It was fun. Alright, see you later.
Yeah, see you later, man. Alrighty, everybody. What a crazy series, man. That was super fun, super exciting. And I appreciate Rappel co-casting with you. That was fun. I think that's the first time I've co-casted with Rappel since the LAN tournament last year. Or I guess a year and a little bit ago. Anyways, yeah, what a series, man. What a series. What more can you say? I think that was really well played by both players. Count, man, I think Count just
Do not come.
Do not come, Loki_macro.
Bro, too late for that, Loki Macro. I just think that ultimately the going for the forward hunt, that was maybe the detrimental move for Mr. Boat. I know Rappel already said this, but the fact that he went to the forward hunt, it kind of delayed his advance time, blah 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 blah, he gets pushed off, etc. I think that was maybe, you know, that was maybe the detrimental move there. And after that, Count was able to get, you know, a little bit of damage here, more damage there, little damage here, more damage there, take all the hunt, take all the hunt, take all the hunt. You know, after that, it was just kind of standard Loki stuff, you know. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, really well done by Count. That was a really great series, though. That was a really great series. GG's.